Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 74 of the Club Lorcana podcast. I'm joined, as always, by my best friends, Syed.
Uh-oh.
We also have two of our amazing co-hosts with us today. We got Nathan Tripp
Hey.
and Ryan Walker.
What's up, everybody?
We got a lot to talk about, a lot of ground to cover before DLC Richmond. 3 main bullet points. We're going to cover the metagame. We're going to rank all the decks in the metagame by how hard they are to play. And then also we got a secret game for the end of the podcast.
Wait.
All right, so let's get started, Zan. Well, let's just talk about our weekends.
Yeah, you started off because Saturday.
It's true. On Saturday, I went to Charlie's, famous for having the 25Ks or whatever. And I took down their set championships with Green Blue Detectives. I chose to play Green Blue because it was the deck that I had. I was going to borrow a purple deck from Ryan, but he didn't show up until like 11:01, and the tournament started at 11. So I was already sitting down across from somebody, and I had to have a deck. So I pulled out the one from my box, Green Blue. I won with Detectives, which is interesting because we talked about it a lot yesterday. I feel like I'm pretty ready to move on from the detective package. I will say it is a lot of fun. Judy Hopps is so fun.
Yeah, and it's thematic with the playmat that you want.
Absolutely. Detective playmat, and I won it off of the Detectives. Matchups were Purple Steel, which was pretty good. I played against Monstro Combo in the finals, which was pretty good. And then I played against Green Blue, where interestingly enough, in the mirror, the detective package is really good because you can make them sweep like, the 6-cost Basil and a Judy Hopps. Now they have to sweep, but then you get to sweep back. And being able to sweep back is actually better. And if you sweep first, then you're getting rid of Clarabelle's, Prince Phillips, and great cards or whatever. So it's nice to have kind of like a B squad in the mirror. I took advantage of that over the course of my elimination rounds.
I did watch your top 8 and your top 4 were both against Green. And they were on the non-detective.
Yeah.
And it did look like in the resource management game, you were way ahead. Every time Judy Hopps got a card, it gave you an ink. You didn't have to ink some big card that was going to make a difference in the late game.
True. You're able to keep your haymakers close while you sort of have this little silly distraction game going on. And so I won. Hooray. It's always good to win an event at Charlie's. Let them know who they're messing with around here. And then what happened Sunday? We played at Cards HQ. All 4 of us actually got to play in a set championships. Super rare.
Doesn't happen as often as you would think it would.
Yeah.
And Zan, talk to me about that tournament.
Well, before we move on, you want to know a crazy fact about TCS?
What's up?
Ooh.
Ryan won 3 times ago.
Yeah,
I did.
I won last time.
Whoa! 3 in a row at
And
CCS.
Jeremy
for Club
won this
Lorcana.
time.
That means who's next?
Hey.
I hope so.
You got to go to the tournament.
Yeah,
though.
I got to actually go.
I don't think
to
he's ever
win.
been there.
Yeah, I'll let Ryan go. Ryan played both days.
Yep.
Nathan and I had to sit out on Saturday.
Mhm.
It was my anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. My
Nice.
first anniversary, my first wedding anniversary.
Which came up pretty quick. It doesn't seem like it has been a full year, but it has.
Last year was the busiest year of my life.
Yeah, it felt like a lot to me, to be honest.
Next weekend was nationals. It was your wedding, and then the next weekend was. Isn't that crazy?
It was so hard. It would be a wedding event, and I'll be up all night.
Yeah, so my weekend started out on Saturday. I didn't think I was going to get to play CCS, but I like to go to CCS because I just won it. So I made it work, and I sprinted there for like 10:45 and walked in the door and ran up the stairs. I played combo that day. I started off against Purple Steel and ultimately had a misplay, lose that one, which put me in a weird bracket. I then beat Green Blue, lost to Green Blue to put me out. So it was a tough day on the combo. I think it was reps that put me out on that one. But that led me to watch a lot of his top 4 into his finals run. And so I got to watch Green Blue Detectives a little bit and kind of got those gears turning, which led me into Sunday playing Detectives myself. We actually switched decks.
Yeah. We just did a cold switch. I wanted to play combo. I wanted to test it. Initially going into the weekend, I wanted to test red purple. But I played it a lot online, and the reason I wanted to play red purple is because I thought your matchup spread was this. I thought you clowned on all the aggressive decks. I thought that you had a really good matchup against purple steel, and that you were actually kind of good against like the green blue style decks because you could kind of get under them and hold up some interaction. In practice, I did clown on all the aggressive decks, and I actually didn't mind my blue green matchup But purple steel wasn't as good as I feel like it needed to be to justify playing the deck.
Red purple.
Red purple.
Yep.
So I elected to play combo on Sunday. Combo Sunday. We just switched decks.
I did build
Good.
him red purple though.
Okay, nice. Well, I'm glad that it didn't. I'm glad that you got good testing in and you figured out like what was best for you.
All right. So Saturday you got to watch Detectives for a little bit, which prompted you to switch.
Yep. And then Sunday I was on the detective build. It was really feeling good. I punked purple steel 2-0 in the first match. It felt really easy. Never felt like I had any problem with purple steel. I 2-0'd Jeremy's final opponent from CCS the day before in round 2. He was on combo. I think he probably leaned too far into the combo in those matches, and it put him in a rough spot because I had the answer to the combo every time. And if he would have played more towards the normal game plan of the deck, he probably would have had a better shot. But if those are the cards you're dealt.
Yeah.
Round 3, I paired into dogs, which is a tough matchup, I think, for blue-green. I lost a die roll. The guy starts quad daisy.
What the hell?
He started quad daisy. He asked me if he could take out his phone to take a picture of 4 daisies on the board.
That is,
And I was like,
that is an
I looked
achievement.
sideways and I was like, "Oh, sorry, Ryan."
It's a
Achievement.
fair thing. And I said,
Yeah.
just don't put me in the picture.
I would have said that's note taking.
Judge.
I won that game.
Yeah.
I beat quad daisy
Yeah,
on the
no,
draw.
you were like fist pumping.
And I was like, okay, get me out of here. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even recall honestly how I won that game, but I did it.
Yes.
I then lost close games 2 and game 3, unfortunately. Which put me at 1 loss. Next round paired into Jeremy on 1 loss. We decided to keep our tournaments alive, so we took our draw there, hoping to both play win and ends in round 5. Unfortunately, the rest of the turn, so that dogs player went on to split with green purple player who put the green purple player down into our bracket. So actually sitting at lunch, we're like talking to each other. We're like, one of us is going to have to play that green purple enigmatic inkcaster deck. I hope it's not me.
Yeah.
It's just, they go really fast. And if they get the right curve and you can't deal with the early threats, then they put down the inkcaster and all they got to do is play 2 cards each turn to win.
Yeah, but if you think about the chain was you risk neither of you guys making it or both of you guys making it. Which is like an interesting chain, right? Or if you guys play against each other, one of you guys guarantee makes it. So there's a lot of like thinking to be done there, like what is the preference. But I always think that like in these tournaments, you're trying to set up for the bigger tournament. So just make a more high stakes situation, which is like, let's try to get both people in.
Yeah, I agree. I like the high upside of like, what if we all 4 made top 8? That'd be so fun.
What if all 4 made top 4?
That would be a
been
wild tournament.
sick.
It also helped that you 2 paired into each other that round and took a draw against each other. So you guys were going to grab lunch.
So we could go with you to get
It
lunch.
made it an easy, let's go grab
Yeah,
lunch.
easy Taco Bell.
But yeah, I lost my winning end to green, purple on the draw. It happens. I was in those games. I think there are some lines. I don't have a lot of reps of green, blue into green, purple, which makes sense. But I think there are lines for green, blue to win.
I
after
watched
playing
that
match.
whole match. Game 1 definitely winnable. It's very difficult. If you're playing like that first time, you have to identify a couple of key things. Number 1, what does 1-drop Clarabelle have that's significant in that matchup against green purple $12 aggro, right?
Clarabelle does have some subtext, yes.
Exactly. 1-drop Clarabelle can get rid of an item. There are 2 different items that are vital in that matchup. One is Amethyst Chromacon. One is that staff that gains you a little-
Enigmatico Inkcaster.
Yes, I'm not gonna say that. That card. So holding that is actually really important. And your opponent was also thinking, oh, I'm not gonna play it on turn 2. I'm gonna play it later because I don't want this thing to get cowed. Okay.
Right.
So
yeah,
then-
they're like turns 3 to 4 are like all play dudes, and then they get to their like last couple cards in hand, and that's when they play the Inkcaster.
Exactly. So, but that stuff has to be realized as you're playing the game if you haven't gotten the reps. That's why like spending some time looking at deck lists when you're sitting on the toilet helps a lot.
That's where you.
No, I didn't go to the toilet. I'm saying like
That's a
like
pot
in the
thought.
morning. You know what I mean? Like in the morning, before the DLC, Richmond, you could think about, okay, I'm playing this deck. Well, how could I deal with specific things?
Mhm.
So then the next question is, okay, what type of characters do they play? That's the only place I can stop the lore, because I can't stop the lore gain. So there was a point in the game where you were like, oh, let me keep this Judy Hops instead of this MMM. So you ink the MMM so you could play this Judy Hops. But if you had just kept the MMM, then you can get rid of cards that would have been impossible for you to
Yeah.
get rid of otherwise.
Yeah, I would have popped their O2 duck of some sort. It's a duck.
Yes,
It's Scrooge.
It's a Scrooge McDuck O2 that goes back to their hand, but the MMMs would have allowed me to pop, so I could put those in the graveyard and they don't get to keep cycling them.
Yeah, it was actually so ridiculous because you would have taken out like a Diablo, a Pegasus, a Curse Merfolk, and
Like 2 Pegasi.
yeah, and then also you get the quest. So then you would have been in like in a 6th spot. But it's like you have never played that matchup and you're playing against it for the first time. So you have to figure out all those things for the first time. And I'm sitting right next to you and I'm like, I hope he figures it out.
Which is no pressure, by the way. If anybody's ever had Zan Syed over your shoulder while you're playing a matchup for the first time and you haven't practiced this deck, it's totally fine.
Oh yeah, I had a game, and I was talking to my opponent about it. But Zan was like, no, I'm here like supportive, and like you shouldn't feel like pressure. You should feel like happy. And I was like, yeah, I need to change my perspective on this, and don't let it like get to me.
Because I
Like,
feel
"Oh,
so
yeah."
happy when you guys are watching me.
I feel happy when
yeah.
you're watching me.
Yeah,
You've been doing it for a long time.
you guys should feel happy. Like
I feel like my dad's judging me. You know what I mean?
No.
I feel like he's like
No.
in the stands watching my first football match.
Not
He's
at
like,
all, bro.
God,
Not
but
at
don't
all.
fumble the
I
ball.
have to like run sprints when I get home.
I think that when I'm coaching my kid in the future, I think that I'm not going to. I think I'm going to be a lot more hands off, because I think that with age you can take criticism better or worse, but if you can take it better and like construct off of it, it's good. But if you're a kid and you're getting that all criticism all at once, then you just get off the game. And I think that for something like Lorcana, you need passion. I would just not do it. But with you guys, I'm telling you guys the cold hard facts.
For sure.
If my kid makes a misplay in a trading card game, I'm cutting off all their hair and gluing their head to the ground.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah.
Child
'Cause you're not
Protective Services.
You're not supposed to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
make
glue your kid
mistakes.
to the ground.
Misplace.
Yeah, misplays
Grounded.
are bad.
That actually
Deduct your allowance.
literally grounded.
That actually reminds me of a story that an NBA player was telling about his teammate. If anybody's familiar with Kawhi Leonard. Okay, you guys are just nodding your head. He plays for the Clippers, and his teammate Paul George.
There's a team called the Clippers.
Yeah, LA Clippers.
Wow.
Okay. Anyways,
Did they know Jokic?
We all know I'm a big
do they know
basketball
Jokic?
guy.
Yes, yes. So basically, they were at practice, and Kawhi Leonard is the star player. Paul George is probably second in line.
Mhm.
And so they do this drill. If they miss a free throw, they have to go run.
Yeah.
And everybody waits. And so Kawhi Leonard misses a free throw, and everybody's like looking at each other. Who's gonna tell him
That he has to go run.
that he
Yeah.
has to go run? And then Paul looks at him and is like, "You got to go run. We'll wait for you." And he's like, "You're not. I'm gonna miss again. It's basketball. You're not teaching me anything new." And so I think that all of us are capable of missing a free throw, and I don't think there's anything wrong with missing a free throw. You just got to keep playing the game. But is there something he could have done, like fix his form or something like that? That's criticism. But am I gonna punish you for missing a free throw? No.
All right. You
That's fair.
saved my son's hair.
All right. Next person's tournament. Your side of the table.
I took dogs, so started off perfect matchup, green blue. And I was like, he was like, oh well, I guess I lose this, and I was like, yep, that's just clean. Second round, and this is kind of the thing I've been on is like, I want to play dogs, but I can't beat purple steel. second round was against Purple Steel. I was on the player of the draw. I don't remember, but it's always tight. And it almost put me off the deck. I end up winning. I won, and I was like, I don't know if I can play this deck in Richmond, but specifically because there were just lines in that could have been taken that I saw victory on the other side. And I'm like, if I play against a competent player, I'm not gonna be able to win. Um, then I played against hyper aggro green purple. That's a really easy matchup for dogs.
Yeah, you're
So,
faster than they are.
yeah, and so I just both games took that pretty easy. Split the next 2 rounds, but I think this was key. So I split with Ace, but he was on purple steel. We play 6 or 7 games.
Mhm.
And I think this was good a little bit for my confidence. I lost 1 and won the rest.
Pretty good.
And play draw both ways, but I think that it's just there are paths to victory for dogs, but it is not easy to see. And then Zan's standing behind me for a lot of it. There are different things, and even into my top 4 match later, even on dogs, there's still like a million lines. Like I've been playing dogs forever. I've been playing it since last set too. But every little bit is you're just losing equity, and there's still little bits that I'm trying to refine. I just got Diego's level 9000's guide because I'm just trying to find those extra little bits to give me those little percentage points to where I'm like eking it up. So that helped build a little bit of confidence into purple steel. Even in his guide, he thinks it's slightly favored 55-45. I'm still gonna say that it's really tight. I think you can win it. Play draw matters a huge amount.
He thinks it's 55-45. In which direction?
He says
Don't quote me.
dog-
I read it
dog's
today.
favor.
Yeah, he says dogs might be slightly favored on the play, though. Specifically, I think on the play.
So what happens when they're on the draw?
I guess it would. He
52-48.
didn't
It's a
say.
10-point swing.
Oh,
I could see it being a 10-point swing play draw.
Play draw. Okay.
But I don't think he mentioned that. But we get to top 8.
Mhm.
Red purple. That was a matchup that I was really worried about.
but you're on the play.
But I'm on the play because we split. We're 1 and 2 seed. Felt really good, honestly. And I think that there were like slightly different lines he could have taken to make it a little bit harder on me. I could have. I punted one game that we talked about where I should have just pushed to make him challenge into me to have like lethal on the following turn. It was like a big tramp. I was keeping him up so I could draw some cards. If I hadn't done that, I would have gotten it 2-0 instead of 2-1. And then finally, I got into top 4 against dogs on the play. I got O2'd.
Whoa.
Game 1 was pretty tough. I drew a bunch of like 1-drops into. I have like 5 uninkables, 10 cards. And I got to a point where he filters like 6 or 7 cards with a big tramp. I'm like, he's got 1 card in his hand. I draw off return. It's a Mowgli. I'm at 2 ink, and I have 2 Chromacons in my hand and a Mowgli. I'm thinking, okay, if I ink and play Chromacon, I can set up lethal, and then he wipes me with Under the Sea.
Mm.
Or I play the Mowgli, snipe the Under the Sea, and then like wait a turn.
He
I
has
think
Chromacon.
I think I should have just pushed and inked, but I did check with the Mowgli, and he kept a 1-drop Webby,
Mm.
which it was really surprising because he put back like 2 tramps and like a big lady, and I was like, that was not what I was. So I lose that game. I probably should have pushed. And then the next game, Daisy's bad in the mirror. I gotta stop. The lesson I learned is you can't quest with Daisy Duck in the mirror, even if she's your only 2 quester. You just put her there and don't do anything. So that's why I lost that game.
Sweet. So you made top 4. Pretty good. So yeah, on Sunday I won tournament. I'll just keep it simple. I played Monster Combo. I lost 1 game to the mirror match.
1 game?
1 game. Yeah.
Nice.
Lost 1 game to the mirror match. The deck was, I mean, I don't know. It was really great. Basically, my worst matchup is supposed to be dogs. I played Nathan's opponent in the finals. I 2-0'd them. I had a really interesting situation where I had inked part of the combo. This is the way. What is the name of that card?
We know the way.
We know the
yeah.
way. On turn 1, and then I drew the second copy way later in the game, and it didn't feel like I was gonna be able to combo this game because there was so much pressure on me, but I needed to ink, and so I inked that copy. Didn't remember I inked the first copy. I set up the combo, was going through the combo, and I was like, I can't find any copies. Did I ink one?
I saw like steam coming out of his ears in this. He's got like 5 cards left in his deck. He's like,
Yeah, I'm like, I have 5 cards left. What should I do? I'm like, do I have it or do I not have it? I'm like, if I can find the first copy, then I can have confidence to keep going. But I never found it. So we're down to 5 cards left in the deck. And I'm like, okay, let's look at what the board state is. My opponent is at 18. I'm at 2, and I can gain 7 lore a turn. So I can't. I have no more ink left.
So you need 3 whole turns.
3 turn clock, and he only needs 2 lore.
Exactly. So I'm like, what can I do? And so I like stop at like 4 cards. And basically what my plan is the next turn that if I don't find one of the we know the ways, I will use the what is it called circle of life to bring back another character to make my clock 1 turn faster. And so, but this puts me in danger of losing to Gogo. So yeah, so I ended up just questing with my team, taking out the rest of his stuff. He has a Lilo that he keeps bringing back, but I'm definitely gonna lose to Gogo if they draw it. He brings back Lilo. I circle of life, bring back another Monstro. I have 1 card left in the deck. It was a little bit more complicated. What actually ended up happening was I found the We Know the Way, and I didn't believe that my last card was
Mhm.
the second We Know the Way. So I put the Circle of Life that was already in my discard back into my deck, revealed the Circle of Life, played the Circle of Life, played the Monstro, took out the Lilo, quested with everything, and then now he's presented lethal in the next turn.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
And then you drew the We Know the Way, and then you did.
No, I didn't. I never drew. My last card wasn't We Know the Way, and I had two of them in my ink. So one of the rules that can help you is you can place your ink.
Spindrift inking.
Spindrift.
Yeah,
We
so
haven't
you
spindrifted
can
in a
place
long
your
time.
ink in whichever way you want to place it, and that can help you remember. So if I have 2 combo pieces, I can put them
You go
on the right
You
side.
go ink, lanterns, combo pieces on the left
That
side
is
of the
so
lantern.
hilarious.
yeah, we talked about that.
That's so
earlier.
hilarious that I told Nathan that on the drive.
That's funny.
here.
I mean, you just said that, and I was like, let's just put them to the left of the lantern.
Exactly. So I think that's like a little tip that but we almost were forced to go to a game 3, which I definitely don't want to go to game 3 against dogs. So, so yeah, so I ended up taking the tournament. Jeremy was kind enough to scoop our match in top 8.
Yep.
We were both playing Monster Combo, 1 card off from each other, and yeah,
You were the higher seed.
I was the number 1 seed, and we just wanted to figure out. He was 8th seed, I was 1st seed, and we wanted to just figure out what's the best way to win. So it literally would have been a coin flip.
Nice.
Okay, I think that segues into our next topic. Is Monstro Combo just like you said you lost 1 game
Yeah.
across the whole day? Is Monstro Combo just like the most cracked deck ever?
No.
Or like what's going on?
Well, I think there's a skill element, and I don't think in Lorcana we have had this situation just yet. I think this is the first time I'm experiencing it. I've experienced it in other card games, but basically, I felt like before that I could walk into a tournament, someone hands me a deck, and I already know how to play it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case anymore. I think that if I had never played Monster Combo, let's say someone else invented it, and I was like, oh, I need to play this deck for the first time, I could not do that at 100%.
Not-
I think that there's just a whole element of practice needed. I don't think I would. I think I would have lost, for example, that last game that I was playing. I think that there were so many variables that I have to keep track of that I would have forgotten, and I would have just been like, I just have to go for it. Whereas in this situation, I knew I had a We Know the Way in my hand, and if I target the circle of life, that means if I reveal We Know the Way, that means I can that means I can draw the last card because I have the combo, and then combo off and win the game that turn.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting about the Monstro combo deck is I was playing it, and I was playing the last round before top 8 against the Mirror, and we were in a spot where I was comboing. The spoiler of the end of the story is the We Know the Way is the second to last card in my deck, and the whole time I'm going through my deck, what's going through your head is like, it's not there. It's on the ground somewhere. I am not gonna find it. Even though I knew that I had only inked one, that I like had it. Right? Like in my like rational brain, I had it. As I'm comboing, it's just like it is not there. I'm like flipping every card of my deck over, and I'm like, this is gonna be embarrassing.
Yeah.
But then obviously taking the last card. Oh, here's a We Know the Way. And my opponent was like, yep, you win. You know, we were just like looking for it, and we were both kind of like, let's see if it's in there. So for me, it kind of has that like Orpheus challenge where it's like, don't look back. You're comboing, don't look back and give up on the combo. You know that it's supposed to be in there. And I'm like, it's not in there. And
Mine wasn't in there.
right.
Yeah.
Yours wasn't even in there. You looked back and found out that you had no.
Yeah, I mean the pressure was a lot. I mean my opponent was at 18, so the pressure that they put on me was like gigantic. Yeah, it was super interesting tournament. But now we're thinking about Richmond.
So I feel like the elephant in the room is dogs. Are we comfortable losing to dogs? How are we fixing dogs? How much dogs is going to be there?
I feel great about the matchup. I don't feel bad at all. I think that here's the real question: the green blue matchup was like when I went to Bologna. When we went to Bologna, I was playing dogs. My 2 losses, what kicked me out of the tournament was blue green.
Yeah.
What changed?
Well, I mean, a lot of blue-green players aren't playing Under the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
They're also not playing like so. And you remember the deck I top forward at CCS with? I was clowning on Amber Aggro decks the whole time. Why? Because I had Baymax, and Baymax represents like you can actually just sing Under the Sea at any given
Almost
time.
any time,
Turn
yeah.
3 onwards. So not only do you have Under the Sea, you have access to a turn 3. If you look at a green-blue deck now, you no longer have access to turn 3 Under the Sea. You no longer have access to Under the Sea at all, and you're relying on Prince Philip combo. That's turn 6, which is you're dead by then.
Mm-hmm.
And so, well, turn 6, I should say, they're threatening to try to do it turn 5, but they kind of have to take like a weird turn off to play the 3-cost Prince Philip, which, by the way, only a 2 of in a lot of lists. Sometimes a 3 of. Never seen it as a 4.
I think that most good lists play 4.
I've never seen it as a 4 of.
And you've only seen bad lists.
I like it at 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, all this to say,
By the way, detectives is labeled incorrectly. What's your A plan?
oh, well, you know, when you're mulliganing, you definitely want to find ramp. That's super important.
No, your A plan is Prince Philip combo.
You want a Prince Philip combo at some point in the game. It's also pretty helpful if you can have like a good Clarabelle game.
There are 2 different versions, and I really think that affected Ryan.
We can't get into the green blue versus green blue argument again because we'll sit here and talk about it all day. But Carrots, Judy Hopps was living rent free in my head. Yes.
I know. And the reality of the situation is green blue should not be losing to dogs.
Yes, I agree.
Right? But every time, like for example, your Nathan's first round opponent was like, I lose. What are you talking about?
I think that's like a choice that they're making. They're like sacking their dog. Because I was in everyone's going to like clown on me. I was in a Loungers Green Blue meeting last week.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of just like, yeah, you can't beat dogs. But, you know, what percentage is dogs really? Is like where they ended up on.
What are you talking about? Dogs is going to be at least 15%.
I don't know if I'm comfortable sacrificing the dogs matchup going into Richmond.
No, I want to be able to beat it for sure.
Exactly. Like, I just think that people are like, oh, I've forgotten about dogs. What? Like, why are you sacrificing that matchup? it has the easiest answers in the format.
Yeah.
Under the Sea, Spooky Time.
Sight.
Spooky
Sight.
Time sounds way better.
It's Spooky Sight.
Yeah, Spooky Sight. And yeah, I mean, those two cards are just S tier against that deck.
I mean, there was a moment in this podcast where Ryan was like, I beat 4 daisies. I don't know how. And I think we were all kind of had the same thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure we know how. I'm pretty sure you played it under the sea.
We under the seed them. Yeah. But then
Okay, so
in
that's how
2
you
and
beat 'em,
in 2
just
and 3, they
FYI.
took mine under this, right? So it's like if you keep it in hand and they play around it, then you don't get back into it, you can lose the game.
Well,
You just vision into it, great.
no. It's much more simpler than that. Just think about it. Okay, let's think about Diego's list, right? He's playing 3 Ursula, 3 Mowgli. Mowgli does not say 100% I hit the under the sea.
Right.
So you just keep an extra card.
Yeah, you keep an extra card. I did that a lot against players in my.
Exactly. So they are forced to have Ursula in that spot. The other thing is you're only playing 2 copies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not? We used to play 4. Why are we not playing 3? So if you have 2, you just show them that you just win. That's how I lost when I was in Bologna playing dogs. I looked at their hand and I'm like, I guess they have 2.
When we tested for Worlds last year, I was playing the green yellow discard deck, and there were times where you couldn't beat me, and the texture of those games was always you would get into my hand with Ursula, and then I would either just draw the second one or have the second one when you looked, and then it was like, sorry man, you can't win.
So the thing about the detectives deck is, what is the detectives deck? The very best version of blue green that we ended up making at the end of set 9 was the one that had Basil. Me and Jeremy put Basil in that deck.
I still think Basil's pretty good, to be honest with you.
Exactly. We're talking about 1-drop Basil, shift Basil.
Yes.
That gives you access to Under the Sea. Yes, it is a detective, but it was in the list far before and had proven itself to be better than the Baymax line because it's a better card and it's inkable.
And
So-
it also has a lot of utility in purple matchups. How often are they holding a Demona and it's their last card?
So take out those Judy hops, put Cinderella in, and Cinderella allows you to get rid of those Under the Seas, and everything starts to make sense and start working properly. But the problem is that we're like detectives. Yes, the detectives are good and they've always been a part of the deck, but just please take out the one detective that does not matter, Judy. And also 5-drop Donald Duck. Get rid of that crap. Because that was the card that I spent the most amount of time last set being like, does this belong in the deck? And the answer was no.
Yes.
Bleakley was even a better choice than that because it countered Calhoun by itself.
I feel like we walked into a Detectives Anonymous meeting.
No. What we're talking about here is dogs being rampant and not being able to be punished is just people's choice to lose to the deck.
I agree. That is what people were choosing. I was in a lounge meeting last week and they were like, yeah, you can't beat dogs. And I was like, well, hold on.
Why
My matchup against dogs is fine if I undersee them. They're like, yeah, but you can't.
Why are
do
people choosing to lose to that deck, right? It's a deck that I played all of set 9, and in set 9, the thing that you were gaining was Blurple was 35% of the room, if not higher. And that's what we were trying to take out, right?
You can't even say it's an arms race in the mirror because in the mirror, the detectives, Basil's good, basically.
Yeah. I mean, Basil's fantastic. Yeah. I have no issue with Basil. It's about Judy.
Always been about the bunny for him.
But wait, San, if I play dogs, I don't want the green-blue players to be under the seeing me anymore.
Hope you play Ursula.
I mean, I'm just stating obvious things here, right? There's a person that's on every single side, and it's just there are obvious turns that you can take. If you are playing dogs, you can consider World's Greatest Criminal Mind to be able to attack Monstro, right? If you feel like Monstro is going to be a significant part of the room, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to be even 10% of the room.
Yeah, I
would
mean,
be
that's crazy
surprised.
to me because, so it was a huge percentage of our Sunday tournament.
I know, but
People
this
are
is
definitely
local to us.
But we
And it
did
just
see,
won CCS.
we
That's
did
it.
see some other set championships get one with it. But what is this? We haven't even done our tier list yet. What is this?
You guys are talking about a lot of percentages here.
All right.
Oh, forgot about
So
this.
why don't we just get into it?
We
just
don't know
get
what this
into
game
it?
is, folks. This is the Ryan's surprise.
Ryan surprise game.
So we're playing percentages for Richmond.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Let's play a game. We're going to work our way down the ink combos, and everybody's going to secretly write down what percentage of the field they think that deck will make up, and we'll hold them up, and we'll talk about what's going on.
All right. So since we're talking about Monstro combo, why don't we start with Monstro?
Oh, that's yeah, I'm very.
All right. Starting off with Zan's Baby Monstro combo. What
Are we doing a
percentage?
big number? Is that what we're doing? One big number?
Yeah, one big number.
One number.
The percentage sign go after.
Certainly after.
You can do it on both sides if you'd like.
Oh, I'll do it on both.
Everybody ready to reveal?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, okay. I went 3%. Zan and Nathan went 6%.
We are just locked in.
And Nathan, what do you have, Jeremy? 12% Monstro combo.
Controversial.
I think people love this deck. I think Zan just won with it, and I think there's a huge percentage of Lorcana players that say, "I want to play what Zan played."
I hope so.
12% would be massive. And what percentage of that 12% isn't ready to pilot that deck?
Okay, I'm gonna throw some stats that people don't know about. I have a Metafy guide for this deck,
Uh-huh.
and I don't think that it's enough. People are not taking advantage of it for it to be 12%, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's the data I have access to. So yeah, basically, there's no way possible it's going to be 12%.
I think people like the deck. I think we haven't had a big tournament where where the combo players get to come out, right? If you came from, let's say, Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're like a combo player, or Magic the Gathering, you're a combo player, what deck do you have to play for DLC Richmond?
Sorry.
Dogs.
Sorry, what did you say?
Let's say you come from Magic the Gathering, your favorite deck was Cart Clan Ironworks or Splinter Twin. You come from Yu-Gi-Oh! And your favorite thing was like a long extra deck combo or whatever.
Mhm.
If you identify as a combo player, what are your choices for DLC Richmond?
I don't know.
I think there's one.
Oh yeah, for this.
That's what he's trying to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. There's only one choice, but combo's never been. I would say. Then we have to ask ourselves, how many of the players in this tournament are previous card game players?
I think a lot.
that had combo. And I think that, for example, you interact with Loungers, who's a minority of the community. I think majority of the players who are going to be of this 2000 player this is their first card game.
I think the Loungers have a huge control bias. Almost all of them always play control decks.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, blue white control was super popular in Magic.
And they like to play against each other, which is why they decided to sack the dogs matchup. Because they're like, honestly, that's not even the type of Lorcana we want to play. What we want to do is get into these long slog fests about we wrath each other back and forth and we're fighting for card advantage. They're having a blast doing that right now.
All right, we're going opposite end of the spectrum. We're
Yes.
going what probably was the heaviest played deck at CCS. We're going to go purple steel. What percentage of the field do you think purple steel will make up in Richmond? We'll reveal to the camera in 3, 2,
Wait, I'm not
One.
ready at all.
go. Okay. The camera. Jeremy's at 20. I'm at 21. Zan's at 28. Woo, and Nathan's at 25. Okay, 28's a big number.
I mean, I just think that Blurple has been eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And so the people have to go somewhere. And Frank Karsten won the last American DLC.
So they're not Purple Steel's not afraid of Blurple anymore, so they can just come out in droves.
And
Okay,
Dragon
guys.
Johns has been like absolutely crushing it. You know, Tiago, Jonathan Lamb. You know, there's just a lot of big names on that who altogether hold a huge percentage of followers. And those followers are likely going to play. And Frank Karsten, you know, I mean, like so many great players are playing Purple Steel. And I don't think there's anything wrong. You know, my own teammate, right? My own team has majority Purple Steel players, right?
Mm.
Jenin, Lucas, who else? I mean, infinity people playing that deck. So Earlmeister is on Purple Steel. Like so many people are such strong advocates of the strategy, and they hold weight in the community. So how could people not play that deck?
Sure.
Yeah, it just
All
feels-
around similar percentages.
Yeah, it just feels good, right? It's just like if we're talking about like it's just the bread and butter deck of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you drawing cards and you're able to occasionally kill some stuff. Like
Yeah. Plus, I think that owning cards is a whole thing. So if let's say you own Amethyst cards,
Mhm.
which direction are you going? Like, what are your choices? Are you coming to combo? Are you coming to stay at Blurple? Are you going to red purple? Or are you going to purple steel? I think that if you were in the Blurple meta, then you own all the purple steel stuff already. So I just think that it's the easiest, highest performing deck. And the percentages just show like it just constantly performs, even though like I tried to like I was playing against Ace in that tournament. I played him in the Swiss, but he still made top 4, and then I had to play him again. And it's like basically like even if I win against it, I'm like I'm probably gonna play against this person again, and so it just like never dies.
All right, we've been talking a lot about blue green, so it's time to go to blue green, and this is all types of blue green combined in Richmond. What
Yes.
percentage of the field? All right, we're gonna reveal in 3, 2, 1, go.
I got 13. Zan's got 15. Nathan's got 12, and Ryan has 20. Ryan, you're
20.
way
Wow.
higher than the rest of us.
It's all I play against on Fight Club all day long. Everybody's playing it.
I
And
think it's just the hours you play.
it might be the hours I play. I'm just only pairing into loungers. But I think it is going to be high. I think it's going to be higher than it's ever been.
really.
The problem is, think about what Zan always says about blue. Show me the trophies. It never wins trophies.
Yeah, people care a lot about trophies. That's like the biggest thing. I mean, I'm a huge believer. I have been behind this deck for quite some time, and I'm just like, it's a high roll deck. Like basically, let's say if the deck makes top 8, and you're like, that deck was incredible against me and knocked me out of the tournament. But then when you see it in top 8, it looks like the deck's doesn't even work, and it just loses. Yeah, like
It does. I've experienced it before. I've been on that side of
It's
it.
never happened to me, but I'm really sorry for all the people that had a tough time with blue green.
I mean, I thought it happened to you when you lost in CCS top 4.
I feel like my deck mostly did its thing. It just encountered areas where like there were a bunch of Dumbos in play, and the answer I had was under the sea as anything else it could do. Stuff like that.
Yeah, but in that version that you were playing at that time, like Tiago was centered around a very heavy illusion build, and you had the best card in the world against illusion.
Triple H.
Heads held high.
Yep. So at that time, I felt like they didn't know about your deck, but you knew about their deck, and so I felt like there was an advantage in the information game, and if there was a tournament that it should have won, it was that one, and it just I know that the blue green decks knocked each other out. Like I got knocked out by another blue green player who you knocked out later on in top 8. or
Despite
top
the fact that
6.
his deck was like pretty favored against ours.
Exactly. So like yeah, so if it couldn't win that tournament, I'm like, what tournament can it win? And it's like you watch your match and it's like it really wasn't up to you to win. So is it up to you to lose? No, it's just the luck of the draw for that deck.
It's fair. All right, we're gonna go to blue purple next. Blue purple, been a very played deck for a long time now.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about blurple.
Blue purple, also known as blurple. And we are ready to reveal in 3, 2, 1, go. 16, 15, Zan's at 11, and Nathan's all the way up at 20. Okay, so Zan at the very low end of the spectrum at 11. How do you feel? 11's a big drop off. Everybody's deserting Blurple.
I mean, what was the lot? I mean, I think CCS was a great example. I don't think we have the exact numbers from that tournament, but we all played in that tournament, and how like popular was Blurple.
I only played against it once.
But DKP just made a guy.
DKP just made a guide.
Exactly, and I think he holds it up all the way to 11.
Yeah, my thought
Okay.
process of going up to 20, maybe that was a little high. I thought it was a little high, but it's the same idea. It's the card availability thing. People had the cards. They probably, they got the new cards and they're like, this is the
Mhm.
deck I played. This is the red purple of old.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm just going to keep playing the deck that I've been
Mhm.
playing since last
Yeah.
set. We're just going to keep the train rolling. I think the DLC is the less competitive crowd.
How can you play the deck when you played against dogs one time?
Right.
You play
I don't know.
against dogs one time, you're like,
This is tough.
my life.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life?
I try to
but-
tell you that you're fine and you're not fine.
But Green Blue's willing to lose to dogs when it could beat it, right? And so it's like, I don't know if people are as much in their head about like, oh, I can't beat dogs. People are like, well, you lose to dogs. Hopefully I dodge dogs and I'm
Yeah.
going to beat up on purple.
And
My
like-
question about Blurple is, what are you beating really? I feel like Purple Steel is not.
It's not
guide.
consistent.
It's not like it
anymore.
once
No,
was.
no,
It's
no
not like it
way.
once was.
Purple Steel is not a consistent. I feel like maybe you have an argument that you're going to beat Green Blue most of the time, but like, are you? It's like hard for me to believe. It feels like Prince Philip combo really messes you up there.
I agree.
I think Nathan had a point of it being that purple red of old, right? It has a pretty even matchup spread. Like it's not a dog to green
is-
blue.
it's
not
a dog to
purple
dogs.
steel. It's dog to dog for sure.
And we are all saying it's at least 15%.
I think it's just people will just play it. They'll just say whatever.
Dogs has got to be the most, like, it has so much momentum, right? So if dogs has the most momentum, like Blurple is just getting caught in the crossfire. Like, I don't think it's a good choice.
Oh, I don't think it's a good
It's not even
choice.
it's not even in my top 5. I'm like, it's below top 5. Like do I like Blurple? Yes. I think it's a great deck. It's a deck that I've started working on at the beginning of the set. I was like, everybody's abandoning Blurple. I'm not gonna abandon it. And I played it at the LCCC. And I'm in top 4.
You love Blurple.
You're a big
I'm a-
Blurple guy.
I'm a
Mhm.
Blurple guy. But at the end of that experience, like playing against the best players in the world, I'm like, I'm playing good. This deck sucks.
Fair enough.
All right, let's move on. We talked about dogs a lot, so let's go to dogs now. Yellow green in Richmond.
Wait, what was the first thing we did?
I thought we did dogs already.
No, we did combo.
Oh, we haven't done dogs yet.
We haven't
We're
done
on dogs
dogs.
now.
Sweet.
We're going to
Okay.
the dogs. Yellow green dogs. Ooh. Having a tough. Exactly. Everybody ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
14, 12, 15, 10.
Okay.
those
Okay.
that's
Those
probably
are pretty
tightest
good spread. Yeah, 14 or 15, and then Jeremy on the low end of 10.
I think, well, first of all, 10 is a huge increase, right, in meta share for dogs.
Not a huge jump from Milwaukee or CCS, I wouldn't imagine.
It was 8 or 9% in Milwaukee.
That's huge.
It jumped 1%.
It's absorbed. I haven't seen Amber Still anywhere. I think all the Amber Still aggro players have moved on to yellow green, so I think that's making up a large percentage of the shift.
I played against more dogs. No, I played the same amount of dogs players as I played against Blurple players in
That champs?
TCS.
Oh, gotcha.
I played against Blurple and dogs the same amount as well. So I feel like there were more dogs players in yesterday's tournament than there were Blurple players.
Okay, can
I
we
don't
do
know. It's
In
pretty close.
yesterday, yeah.
Pretty close yesterday.
can we do red purple now?
Okay.
No. Yesterday was close, but there were more dog players than Blurple players.
I think it was either 3 or 4. One or the other.
Yeah, there's 4 dogs players and 1 Blurple player that I know of. You played against another Blurple?
There are at least 3 blurples in the room. There was a mirror going on while I definitely saw another.
Okay, I played against 1
They
more.
were just in the lower tables.
I guess all the dogs players. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Jeremy wants to do red purple because he's a red purple stan. Red purple in Richmond. Everybody ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. 7, 10 on Nathan, and 10 for Zan. Okay. Jeremy and I think 7. The other
What
side,
would
that was pretty good
match?
sides of the table, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range. I feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Why do you
people
think
are
it falls down to 7?
7 to fall?
I think
Yeah.
I think it had its time. I think just people aren't realizing
It was
it's-
more popular than Blurple at CCS.
I feel like
that was its time, and
as
now
it-
people realize its matchup spread isn't as good as they thought.
I don't know, but
it's
everyone's like
better.
dogs, 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 and so it's like dogs, dogs, dogs. Red, purple, red, purple, purple.
Yeah, I think that if it's one of the decks that can, like, it has such a huge surprise factor. Plus, a lot of people on LCCC were playing it. Like a great example is Aiden was carrying the deck. I felt like the deck was really scary in his hands. Also, Lorcana villain. I mean, the deck just. I mean, it's just a consistent deck. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like one of the easiest decks to play,
For sure.
and it's a fan favorite.
I
No,
don't know if this counts as the fan base. It's not like the Rabbit's back or E-Prep's here.
I mean,
it's true.
You got a new Diablo 3/3 Lumiere.
I
you
mean,
kill
Headless
things.
Horseman is fire.
He's
It is-
awesome.
It is good.
I just don't under 7%. That's insane. How do we even get to 100% then?
I'm trying to do the math. We didn't. It's not that official. Okay.
I'm
Is there
at
any-
77% right now.
What's the rest of the 23?
Well, we got
gonna count
green
mine up.
purple, there's blue steel, there's blue red.
Those are
What?
23%.
No, those are 3 decks. There's also amber steel, which is I
Let's
think gonna
yeah,
get
let's do Amber
1%.
Steel. Let's do Amber Steel. That one makes
Yeah, yeah,
sense
yeah.
because that's probably the top percent. That and Blue Steel are probably the most of the rest of the percent.
We're doing Amber Steel. Mm. 3, 2, 1, go.
I got 2. Zan has 1. Dan has 8. Ryan has 6.
Wow, you guys
Yeah,
think it's
It can't be as low as 1 or 2.
Have you guys read Cheshire Cat?
That amber
card-
steel is not playable right now.
that card counters that deck altogether.
It's
Nala,
pro-
bye.
I'm comfortable with like 3 or 4.
I think 2% is like people that are near Richmond that had the deck and don't want to buy
Yeah,
it. anymore.
exactly.
That's my whole thought process is, there's
And
people
that's
who play
2%
Amber
of the
Steel.
turn.
I think some people don't want to play dogs, right? And then they just have Amber Steel and they're going to bring Amber Steel because that's what they play.
And then they're just gonna lose to everything.
yes. Then they'll go
Fine.
play side events.
There's some Blue Steel stands out there.
Yeah.
I think Blue Steel is higher than a nothing, right?
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, but I don't. We're still so far away from. We're at 21% left. All right, so let's do Blue Steel.
I think Blue Steel.
Ready, set, go.
I got 8%.
6.
I put it at 10.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
put it at 5.
it's pretty tight spread.
It has a cult following. so.
It does.
Yeah,
have
I
a
don't
cult
think
following.
it's going anywhere. Is my
And then what's the
percentage
last
at.
one?
Well,
There's like a few. Yeah,
have we done purple green hyper aggro?
that would be
Oh,
included
that
in
would
the
actually
other
be
bucket.
interesting.
Yeah.
We're pretty similar,
Yeah,
so
right.
we're like
6.
I'm at 95%, so I'm willing to accept 5% other.
28. I just want to double check.
50, 60, 70,
15.
I have
7.
70.
I'm at 96.
You guys get
I
to
got
listen to us
85%.
whisper. I did pretty good on my maths. Get to 95. I'm sure a lot of them are wrong, but
I want to do 5% green,
I think
purple,
you-
$12.
Yeah, you said 15.
and Brainiac.
And then you guys
No,
said
Brainiac not
10.
included.
Five. Okay, so 6, 21, 31, 42, 67.
It doesn't have to be exact math. We were throwing out
85.
numbers without trying to get to 100. You know what I mean?
91.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, like 9%.
9%.
I have 9% left.
I'm
Yeah.
at 10%, 9% left. But have you done green, purple, hyper aggro yet?
You got green, purple. You got
I'll give
green
it
steel. You got like
30%.
right.
Nice.
Mhm.
Now you're 93.
There's enough in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll.
I thought I said 91, so
Now you're 94.
94. so I
but
have
this is not
6%
a
left.
30%.
And I'll put
on any
6%
of them.
at everything else.
Yeah, we got Vikings, red steel. I feel like you haven't even talked about. We also have that mysterious green steel deck that a lot of people claim. know what it is.
total?
I'm at like 91 or 2 or something.
Around the same as
So
me.
I
just
get to
probably-
95. I had 5% other.
I'm at 90% with no other.
So what was your highest one?
My highest was Purple Steel.
at 20.
1.
It's so low.
Yeah, probably. These aren't the lists that we would like sit down at a computer and like punch in. This was like write it on a board, you know?
Cool. Let's all take a picture of this so we can talk about it later.
It's actually just recorded on a podcast.
No. In terms of like, we're gonna sit here on another podcast, and then what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Rewind the podcast? That sounds terrible.
We're gonna go watch a podcast.
You guys don't watch the podcast every time after we record?
I watch game film.
You watch what?
Game film.
I
This
watch
is game
Survivor.
film.
That was a fun game, Ryan.
Not as much as you
Thank
should, because
That
I
was a
win
great game.
Survivor every time.
I voted for Sandra, and I always wanted to do that.
Did you guys like the game?
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah, it
I
was great.
love the games. Now we can use these whiteboards to do this game again.
Yeah,
Boo.
I agree. Okay, let's talk about
You
the
wanna
tier
do
list.
The tier list. The difficulty tier list, which we could use these.
Yeah, we can definitely use them.
This is easy. Dogs is the hardest deck to play.
Whoa.
It's easy, but it's also hard. And I think that we'll let's do S tier. So yeah, so let's write down S tier. What do you think your S tier is?
As a rule of thumb, 1 or 2 entries in S tier only.
And just to clarify for the listeners what we're talking about here. When you say S tier, we're putting the deck in the S tier that we think is the hardest deck to pilot. Correct?
Yes.
We're only going down to D, I think.
So we're doing S, A, B, C, D. Okay.
Okay. So we're just revealing S tier.
Okay. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
S tier, you got Monstro Combo.
I got Monstro Combo and Dogs.
I got Dogs and Brainiac.
I think Brainiac's so easy to play.
Well, I
Please.
disagree.
As an
You don't
accountant,
have Monstro in there?
I'm going to put an A probably.
Brainiac is immaterial. I cannot put it
Okay.
in any category for any reason.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain why I think that it's just Monster Combo, and Dogs was the S tier deck for set 9, and now it's A tier because Monster Combo. We saw like in the tournament that we played, there's some people who didn't make top 8, and you guys played against them, and then you guys have also played against me. The disparity was the highest we've ever seen. The thing about Dogs, on the other hand, is you can play all of your cards and just quest with them and win a game.
Mhm.
But with Monstro Combo, if you go in the wrong direction of trying to combo or trying to play the fair game incorrectly, it looks like your deck doesn't do anything. And so this is the first time I've ever seen where the deck list mattered less than the play, right? Like, I'm like, oh, I have such a great deck list. Here you go. When I did that in the past, I was like, hey, here's green steel. Everybody did well with it. I was even losing to other green steel players, and they weren't playing the deck well. The deck built correctly was the thing that mattered the most. And then the same thing with blue steel. I was like, the thing I can lose to here is like a deck list that's like my own deck list. But now it's like, oh, I want to play against other people who are playing my deck because the skill element matters so much more.
Yeah, I think it's agreed.
My problem is that I've played a lot of Monstro, and a lot of the games I just win accidentally because I won the purple matchup. And it's like, oh, well, I'm going to quest to 17, so you're dead next turn. I also have a combo. Easy. I just think the deck is so good that it's not even that hard sometimes.
Yeah, but so then why is it not winning every event? And why are we watching players that are not like winning a single match?
I don't know. I think, what can I say about those people, right?
Yeah, but the Dogs players, they have the biggest disparity. A great example is let's think about Bologna, right? Bologna, I'm playing the deck in the tournament. I'm like, feel great with the deck. I'm making great plays, but we watch the coverage for 2 players that are in top 16. They should have won the tournament, but it was their play skill that prohibited them from winning the tournament, right? And so how did they make it all the way there? Because sometimes the deck can still just win itself. And so what I realized in Bologna was like I should continue playing this deck because the deck is so good that even if a player is not playing optimally, they can make it really far in the tournament. And the deck is is carrying a lot of weight. And so if Milwaukee is anything like Bologna, then it's a great choice. And the best choice for both of the tournaments was dogs because it had the lowest percentage of people playing it with the highest conversion rate. Right. So we can look back with now all the data and say, hey, what deck had the greatest conversion rate? And if you had access to dogs, you made the wrong choice. You were supposed to play dogs.
Yeah.
And so I think that when we're thinking about it in that context, I'm like, when we look at this next tournament, we see Monstro combo and the Monstro player loses in top 8 or in a feature match, we can clearly tell if that player just like accidentally got there or it was a really good player. And one of the players that I played against in round 1, my only game loss, and you ended up beating them. It literally was like in my mind I was like, "Oh, we're the 3 best Monstro players in that exact same order." And there was another Monstro player that I was like wasn't as good as the us us 3 in that order. And that doesn't happen in Lorcana. It hasn't happened. I felt like if 2 people were playing the deck list, I could not choose which one was the person that was going to make it with some of the more powerful decks like green steel discard, right? Once Vegas happened, uh, and the next day came about, I was like, there's no disparity between players above a certain level, right? I made like top 32 of Seattle, but I felt like I there was no difference between me and another player, and it won that tournament. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, the most important discovery in that moment for that deck was the deck, and then it's whichever pilot that plays above a certain percentage of correct play that's going to able to win the tournament. And so at a certain point, it just becomes a lottery of who's drawing better than everybody else and who's getting the better matchups. But the most important thing in that whole situation was the deck list. This is the first time I feel like it's deck list plus being able to play, and that threshold is way higher than it's ever been. And you probably feel less of it because you're a great player.
Your
And
threshold is already high. Yeah.
yeah. And you've played combo decks. You've played a ton of combo decks in other games.
Yeah, it's true. I don't feel a lot of it because a lot of the times I feel like I know what I'm doing, and like sometimes with my hand, I'm like, "Oh, this is the play." And like, there was a time when I played against Austin, that player, and he played a Monstro, and I like knew what my line was, so I just like said Monstro go, asked if he had it, and he was like no, and I was like, "All right, I win, watch," and I just like knew that that's what I had. I didn't spend a lot of time stressing about it.
You didn't know you won because you drew it that turn. I was watching.
The deck is easy. It's
He's like,
win the game.
yeah, draw.
My
But I
fa-
think Monstro was still the play. I knew it. Not saying I knew I had it, but I knew what the play was.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that you made the wrong play. I'm saying like he didn't have it, but you didn't have it either. Because I was watching, I was like, "Oh, this is interesting," and he was like, "I don't have it," and then you drew like 10 cards.
He was like woodchuck, like one other thing, and I was like, "Ugh." He was like, "Well, I definitely got it now. Go!" And I was like,
And Jeremy is like, "I have no draw." Oh, I got
Great.
it.
"All right, well that was easy." So this location,
My favorite turn of the weekend was I comboed in turn 4 of turns.
Yeah.
And on turn 2 of my turn 2, I played Monstro out without having it in hand because
Yeah.
it's the only way I win this game ever. I'm at like 2,
Yeah.
and I get there on turn 4 of turns with
yeah.
like 4 draws.
Nice.
It was
That's
very fun.
super sick.
my favorite term this weekend was I BM'd my opponent really bad because they had 3 cards in their hand. I knew I was going to get all of them. And I just wouldn't stop talking about it. I was like, all right, I'm going to quest with Basil 7, but don't choose at random because I'm going to get all the cards in your hand. Okay, now I'm going to play Sail the Azurite Sea and ink a card, but don't worry about what card you're discarding because I'm going to get every card in your hand. And now I'm going to ink another card, and you have to discard your final card. And he was like, all right, man. Like I really didn't need to say all that. Can we do A tier now?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm having a tough time. I've been thinking about
Difficult.
All right, I got my 3. Mine's always a bell curve. That's how I feel like tier list should be. Probably gonna max out at B with 4, and then go back to 3 with C, and then B's probably gonna have 1.
I think I'm fine here. Yeah.
I'm struggling with this one. For all the decks.
This is a hard way to think about it.
I can
I
fill my
think.
whole one out. Do you guys want me to? Go
I think
ahead and
that's
do
the
that?
easiest way to
Let's just
do
go
it.
ahead and fill them out. All of them.
I'm worried that there's not going to be time on the
Exactly.
podcast.
Everybody just go ahead and fill it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jeremy, fill time.
We started listening to the Prof song Judy because it reminded us of how we feel when we play Judy Hops this weekend.
Pretty good song.
That was fun, but it got stuck in Ryan's head a little harder than I typically like for songs to do. So he had to listen to Sleep Token on the way home Sunday. I did do bad manners against one of my opponents when I reminded them 3 times that I was going to make them discard a card in their hand. That's hilarious. But I'm trying to think if anybody bad mannered me. There was the Dogs player that played against us all on Sunday. Cut us up, by the way. He beat me. He beat Ryan. I think is he the one that beat you in the final? Is it with the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Semi-final.
And then he was a really nice guy, but one of the things that he did that kind of made me feel a certain way was after he beat me, he was like, "So did you notice anything that I did wrong?" And I was like, "Nope, you seemed all kosher to me, man. You quested with all your guys, and then I died." So that was a time that I got upset this weekend. Other times that I got upset this weekend. Well, actually, I had a lot of good interaction this weekend with my Lorcana villain interview. A lot of people really liked it, and they got to know my backstory. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, so that's one thing. All right, Ryan, you're done. You fill a little bit of time while I fill this out real quick.
Well, Jeremy officially won the sales contest at work
Yeah.
this week. So we had a little duck race to do a raffle, and he had 6 of the 7 ducks in the race.
Yeah.
And he did it.
Every week that you won, you got an additional one of
Duck
those.
in the race.
Duck in the race, yeah.
He's an insane salesman. I've found he has like an innate gift to just talk.
Well,
It's
now they're
insane.
having me sell literal nothing. They're like sell plastic empty cups to people, and I'm like already winning. And I like go up to somebody and I'll be like, "Sir, do you want food or are you just here for the cup?" And they're like, "What cup?" And it's over.
All right.
And then we just talk
Got
about the cup.
Let's do this.
Oh man, I didn't finish, but I'm down.
Good enough.
3, 2, 1. Everybody, look at your list.
Wow. So I put purple steel in D tier.
I put green purple, like $12 green purple in D tier.
That's the only thing I put in the bottom tier was
Oh,
the
that's
green
good.
purple.
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
that there too.
I forgot
about
red
that
purple
deck.
existed, but I put basically blue green, blue steel, and purple steel all in the B category because I think they're around the same.
Yeah.
And I put purple just a tad bit higher. It'd be like a A minus.
I think
Yeah.
you guys are being nice. I think purple steel is a deck for drooling babies.
No, I think that the
Come on.
B tier is
I think it
all
is.
purple steel, red purple, and blurple.
I got
purple
blurple
deck.
in there. I got red purple in there. And I have yellow purple mid range in there. And then my C tier, I have green blue and $12 green purple. I think those are pretty easy decks to play. But I really feel like purple steel is like, I mean, what do you guys
Oh,
mean?
I forgot blue steel.
Oh yeah, blue steel is in
B tier.
my B tier as
It's
well.
also in my B
What
tier.
about amber steel?
That's
Now.
not a deck in
What
here.
Amber Steel?
Amber steel? I put it in C tier, and I put green blue in C tier as well.
Amber steel should be an S tier because it's so hard to win a game with Amber
If you
steel.
can win it.
Okay, so
That's why I put Vikings in A.
the reason why I put amber steel in C tier is because your decisions are so heavy. If you mess up once, you just lose the tournament.
Why are you guys disagreeing with me here about purple steel?
What do you
not-
mean?
No, I just
I do think that it's easy, but basically, I think that after, like, dude, you played more than me. You played more than me. You literally started playing card games like 4 years before me.
Yeah, you play all the cards in your hand. You use your removal spells on their guys that threaten your guys. Then you play 4 1-drops. Then you go, okay, now I'll play Doc or Demona, and then draw the cards. Then you play those. I mean, you just keep that going and turn them
Oh.
sideways until you win every
so,
time.
So when I streamed Magic, the skill that I had to learn from being like a pro player was, the main skill was how to simplify complicated topics, and yeah, basically being able to explain them to a beginner. And that skill really allowed me to like understand like the difficulty of a deck and like the nuances. The thing about purple steel is you won't know how difficult it is until you watch someone just completely fumble the bag with it. and you just kind of have to watch every single person. And that's like the thing I like to do the most at these tournaments. I just go sit down with someone I don't know, and you're always sitting down with all the people you know that are all cracked, and I'm sitting down with people that are playing for the first time just to go watch them play. I'll eat my food right next to them and just watch them play. And yeah, and I'll just keep. I honestly like to watch until they make a critical decision in and it's a bad decision, and see if they recover from it or they keep going deeper down the hole. And if they keep going deeper down the hole, at some point I'll just walk away.
You shake your head, groan at them, and walk away.
I walk away because I feel like I've gained as much as I could gain, and they're in like a path that no longer has anything I can learn from it. So I walk to another match and I'll watch another one. So like to do that. Like, let's say I have 20 minutes, I'll try to go watch like 50 different matches, and just like, oh, I'm done with this one. Walk over to the next person. Because if you think about it, in the last 20 minutes, everybody's getting to all their critical decisions almost at the same time. So you can just go down one row, go down one row, go down one row. It's so much fun. So yeah, I really enjoy doing that. And I feel like it's giving me a good idea of like the difficulty of a deck, because I'm not just hanging out with all my friends that are all cracked at card games.
I put green steel aggro in A.
I didn't even have green steel.
I didn't have
here.
green steel on there, but I would probably put it at the same skill level as amber steel.
Right. It's so impossible to win, and you're also trying to thread this impossible needle of like, I have some scrappy little guys that aren't as good as any of the purple guys.
I feel the opposite. Basically, the deck can't win without you playing a Chromagon.
Yeah.
And so
If
you
I
just
drew the
play
Chrome card, I got a chance.
1 drop, 2 drop, Chromagon, go. And then you're just like, let's just keep playing all these guys. And then we're good to go.
Yeah, but you also have to figure out where to point strength of a region.
Oh, shoot. And that's why it's below purple steel. That's
why it's
C2.
above purple steel.
No. Purple steel is harder.
I think purple steel. So you have to play the strength. You don't get to sandbag the strength because you have a dock in your hand.
But
so it's taking away your ability.
I'm going to tell you
True.
the thing that, like, there are purple steel players that are differentiating themselves from the pack. Right? Jonathan Williams, Thiago, those are people, even when in the tournaments, Frank Karsten, 25% of the room is the same deck as them, or like 3 cards off from them, they're still able to differentiate themselves from the pack. So there has to be still like small things you can do to gain an edge, and that ends up going in like these big tournaments.
Fair enough.
So I think I gotta put it at least at B. I can't take it all the way down to D. There are some crazy decision points.
That's fair. Like the last 5%. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
that last skill ceiling.
I also think that Demona has added a huge new element that's a very difficult card to play correctly.
True.
Like Whole New World meets a character.
Mm-hmm. We're excited to see you guys in Richmond. It's the last North American DLC for a long time. So come up and say hi.
Don't say hi to this guy.
Not Nathan.
I'm
Don't say
joking.
hi. I'm gonna be locked in. I'm gonna be a killer.
Don't
come up to
either.
me.
Me and Nathan are getting our hoods up. If you come talk to us, we'll be like, do I know you?
Don't
bro?
ask this guy about his record.
Yeah, those are the rules.
I'm
Actual
joking,
New
I'm
Year's
joking.
resolution. I'm tweeting. I'm playing every round I pay for, and I'm tweeting all my rounds.
Holy moly, so much energy given up.
No, I didn't have a problem with it. These set
No, I'm
championships.
joking. Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about 8 rounds. It's a grueling day.
I'm tweeting all day.
Oh
Tweeting all
man, you're a
day.
tweeter.
I'll be like, round 6, 2-0. Pretty worried about Nicolas Maduro. Hope he's fine.
Okay,
Send.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, wrap it up.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks so much for listening to our podcast. We try to make it good for you. If you want any more stuff like this, you can find me at MoxJeremy on X. I do a space every Thursday mornings from 8 to 10. A lot of fun. You can, if you want to voice your opinions to me, go ahead and join that space. Ryan, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter as well. ATL Ryan Walked.
All right, Nathan.
I'm also on Twitter, and Nathan Tripp, 2 P's and an E.
2 P's and an E. And then Zan, where can they find you?
You're already here, and thank you for joining us for the new year. And we'll see you guys in Richmond.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.